Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Lund and welcome to another episode of the Supper Club Social, where we review restaurants, movies, and TV shows and talk about home bars, cocktails, and pop culture. We've got a great show for you. First, let me introduce the co-hosts for today. We've got Roy Smith.
Hey.
Lyle.
Happy New Year.
We've got a full show for all of you featuring Happy Hour, 2 segments of the week, Supper Club. Roy, Lyle, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
You had a nice little party the other night.
First show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun getting together.
It was.
You guys have any feedback on how to throw a New Year's Eve party?
Could there have been a better one than the one we were
I
at?
don't think so.
Karaoke, soups, foods, plenty of drinks.
Kids actually maintained at a low roar, which was nice.
Dare I say that the kids are maybe getting old enough that it might get easier?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, geez, we've been through some years where that was pretty tricky.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Like, after 9, the kids were just, gone until, 10 minutes before midnight.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Gone meaning, just in the basement or
Yeah.
just anywhere other than the living room, which is nice.
On their screens.
Yeah.
I thought you handled the balance of letting them karaoke.
Yeah.
And I thought you did that well.
Someone's got to be the general in there,
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
I don't mind being it.
The conductor.
We closed the night out with Don't Look Back in Anger.
Oh, that was a good, perfect song. Didn't even really occur to me that that's going to be a good...
It was a good closer for the year. Because you shouldn't look back on the last year in anger. Just remember all the fun times, the good times you had.
The mind remembers negative emotions a lot more readily than positive emotions.
Here you go, buddy. Here you go. I was looking at Roy, and I think I saw Lyle going... a little shiver. You should turn on that heater down there.
It's above freezing. I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, or probably at least... I mean, this says 44.
That's a new record, I think.
The one 6 inches below it says 37. That's just the draft for ventilation, though.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Let's move into happy hour. I'll start whipping up some drinks. The drink of the episode is called the Vieux Carré.
Cheers.
Carrier.
It's happy hour.
I can't remember. Dang, I looked up all the pronunciations. But it basically has... Let me do a little blurb here. Roy, I forgot to print you off something.
Yeah, I was looking for the book. You don't even got the Bible out
Yeah,
here.
we're a little dry on that, but...
I can look it up on my phone.
That sounds awfully French.
Yeah, it's from New Orleans, 1930s. Kind of the same, the Sazerac came from there, and there's another famous one that kind of came from that little cluster. So it's got a Cajun Creole type feel to it. And it has a bunch of ingredients. We got the cognac, Benedictine, rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, Angostura bitters, and Peychaud's bitters. And, of course, a cherry plucked straight from the Garden of Eden.
Is that the drink you made for us
No.
on New Year's Eve?
Here we go. I got it. Liquor.com.
Ooh, you're going away from Tom Macy and
Well, you didn't prepare it for me. I'm going rogue here. All right, so the Vieux Carré, or however you say it.
It's
Vieux Carré.
Vieux Carré.
Okay.
Vieux Carré.
It is in New Orleans, has played a significant role in cocktail culture over the past century. Plus, the city that Care forgot has been responsible for classics like the Sazerac, good one.
Just said that.
And Ramos Gin Fizz. Its contributions also include the Vieux Carré,
The Vieux Carré.
which was first stirred to life. Oh, that's nice. Play word there. First stirred to life during the 1930s by Walter Berrigan, a bartender at New Orleans' legendary Carousel
Shot
Bar,
glasses.
then known as the Swan Room, inside the Hotel Monteleone. Vieux Carré means Old Square in French and refers to the city's French Quarter neighborhood. Like so many classic cocktails from that city, the recipe represents the cross-currents of America at the time: brandy and liqueur from France, vermouth from Italy, and rye whiskey from just up the good old Mississippi. The Vieux Carré is at once boozy. It is sweet, bitter, and smooth. In other words, it's New Orleans in a glass. The drink features several strong ingredients. In most cases, rye or cognac could carry a cocktail on their own, but in the Vieux Carré calls for both in a split-based technique that allows each component to shine. The rye provides muscular spice, while the cognac lends softer notes of fruit and florals. Sweet vermouth adds rich botanicals, while Benedictine brings its distinct flavors of herbs, spices, and honey. Finally, the bitters and structures and seasoning. Each element has a role to play when combined. The ingredients meld seamlessly. Oh, and it keeps going. I don't have enough to read.
What was the muscular taste in there?
I don't know, but here's the ingredients. You want me to read them off, Ryan?
Yeah.
It's 3/4 ounces of rye whiskey.
Go slow, and then So we use the Sazerac rye whiskey.
And then 3/4 ounce of cognac.
And we use the VSOP cognac from ABK6. ABK6 is the brand. Cognac is the
Liquor.
style
Yeah.
of brandy.
3/4 ounce sweet vermouth, which is the only vermouth you should buy.
That's right. Cochi de Torino.
It's a good one. And then 2 teaspoons of Benedictine liquor, which is what are we using of that one? The Benedictine.
Yeah.
What's
Sorry. The Dom B&B. Benedictine. A fine blend of French brandy and Benedictine. Assemblage de brandy français et Benedictine.
And then 4 dashes of aromatic bitters. And then garnish with a maraschino cherry and a lemon twist. And we use probably the most common bitters you can buy.
Well, and it's the ones from when I researched the recipe. This stuff I didn't ever see. It was mostly 2 dashes of Angostura bitters and 2 of Peychaud's.
Yeah.
So
this one's just calling for 4 there.
Peychaud.
So the flavor profile of this is going to be sweet.
It is going to be sweet. So when we made it on New Year's, we had one, and it was a little sweeter than I think Roy and I like our drinks. So,
and it's a lot of booze.
It's straight booze cocktail. So I upped the rye and cognac part of this slightly to maybe get out of that sweet.
Okay.
So sweet. Because when I read the comments on that recipe, and they said that'll be a little sweet. So either lower the Benedictine or raise your boozes.
Yeah. That's always a good plan.
I don't know if I can open this SOB.
Is it a new one?
Here, yeah.
So how do you think these drinks came about? I've got a short theory on this, and it just popped in my head. So today we've got so much entertainment, all the streaming platforms. Back then, it wasn't nearly as much. So do you think you just sat around and mixed up drinks?
Yeah, because there was the basics, someone invented it made it the rounds, everybody heard about it. But then that bartender's like, oh, I could probably make this drink better if I try to add A and B.
Yeah, just to fit their own, what they...
And then they made that their house drink probably, and then that gets spread around because those people go to another, oh, do you think you can make this? And then that bartender learns it, and then so on and so forth.
I think that's probably a big part of it, but I think it all probably came from medicine and trying to make it go down a little easier.
Pappy's cough syrup.
Like a lot of the bitters was all just like medicine basically. And then, throw it in some booze and your leg's feeling better.
Yeah. When you're so drunk you forget the pain.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost done with these. I just got to add the bitters, and we'll be on our way. Oh.
Yeah. Did you go skiing yesterday at all, or you guys just stay home, or what?
No, my youngest son slept till noon. I slept till 9:30. So.
Yeah.
No, everyone slept in pretty good yesterday too at our house.
We actually slept in longer today than yesterday.
Yeah,
so made it to like 9:30 or so, 9:45.
I think that's when Sully woke up. Ashton got up a little bit sooner than that.
That's pretty good.
A note, mixing note is I'm batching these. There's always a little bit of, it's not quite right when you batch them, mostly because of the ice dilution, the water that gets in there. So I would think if you're going to batch them, you'd probably want to add like a teaspoon of water or something just to kind of
spread it up.
Make up.
Speaking of batching, you did that the Washington apple.
Oh yeah,
the one big bottle.
Yeah, the growler.
Yeah, the growler of Washington apple. That was really good.
That was good.
That was a good little drink filler for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that worked out good. Here, Lyle, do you want to put one of these each in our things? In the glasses.
Is that whole bottle gone?
No, we made it through. There's a little less.
He
than
tried
half.
giving the rest of the bottle to his mom.
Yeah, and Wayne drank it.
Wayne.
Yeah. I know, Wayne was cutting loose. I liked it.
Wayne sang some karaoke.
He did. And very good. I feel like I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to the real guy.
Yeah, for sure.
He has a voice between Fergie and Jesus, some would say.
Okay, it's time to stir.
I think we hit some really good songs on the karaoke we haven't done before.
I thought that was our best karaoke performance
It
we've
was.
had. Particularly the trio of More Than Words.
Oh, yes.
Or that was a quadruple.
That was.
A double duet, if you will.
It would. It was good. And then we did the Afternoon Delight.
Ooh.
And then Chuck failed us. When
Oh,
someone
yeah.
was finally recording, he didn't do his pew.
Right when we needed him to.
Yeah. He let us down. Well, that was a great New Year's Eve party. Because last year we didn't do them because you guys had just had your newest edition.
I was trying to ask Amy if we did a party at that
No.
at all. Or?
All of our Facebook memories are us sitting at our house. We played like Spokane-opoly. Because we have like the Spokane version of it.
Oh, cool.
And so I was like, oh, I guess we didn't. Because I couldn't remember either. I'm like, oh, did we go over there? Like, did she power through and we did it? Or
Yeah.
No.
Man,
But
well,
no, we didn't.
Thank God that gives me a little more faith in myself that I didn't make us have a party. All right,
You did good last year.
let's see here.
Or 2 years ago now. Because it's 2023.
That's right, 2023. You know, I mostly picture like probably 2020, 2021. It takes me a while to like remember the most recent New Year's as the most current one for some
Yeah.
reason.
Do you think alcohol has anything to do with that? The fog?
I don't know.
No, I think we did really good drinking on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I
I did.
felt.
Yeah.
I remember we had this
stand up.
to start, and then we did a beer, I believe, and then we did a normal. Oh wait, then you tried making that one old fashioned that was just
The
horrible.
smoky one?
Yeah,
Can't talk about that one.
Oh, I mean,
you can't defend yourself.
that's one of the few drinks I like almost spit back into the
Yeah.
cup.
It was not. You did not. You sold it way better than what it was. So maybe you did less of something than what you did.
Maybe a less smoky mezcal in
I
it.
don't think there's such a thing.
That one's not very smoky.
Oh, compared to what you used the Trader Joe's one the first time you did it.
Oh, okay. I used the Trader Joe's one, yeah. And that came from. Well, let's go back
Okay.
into this. Come on, we can't. They'll get diluted and be ruined.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Don't forget to take your coaster.
Vieux Carré. It's Vieux Carré. You almost touch the C to the end of the view. Okay, Vieux Carré.
Vieux Carré.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
there you go. He might be our bilingual friend here. Cheers. Yeah, that is better.
A little more on the bitters on that one.
Yeah, but it's not as sweet as the one on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Or smoky.
I feel like my bitters are overpowering a little.
Really?
'Cause
You must have
last time I could-
mine's like a nice balance. You want to?
Did I stir it?
Didn't you shake it and stir it with
stirred
your
it.
spoon?
Okay. Oh yeah, I did. All right.
I think it's all right.
How would you describe that taste, Roy?
I mean, it's like Manhattan,
Yours
but
is a little more balanced.
yeah, it's just like a Manhattan, but there's a couple extra flavors in it. Because that's the baseline, pretty much, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a Manhattan in that you have your whiskey and your sweeteners are like a vermouth.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Manhattan and Old Fashioned had a baby because you've got your whiskey, your vermouth, and your sugar, which I think is that the Dom stuff. The Benedictine's really, really sweet with like honey and stuff in it. But still bitter. Like the Benedictine is like if absinthe and something else had a baby. Honey, maybe. A lot of baby making.
No, I mean, on New Year's Eve they were good, but I just couldn't. I don't want to drink this all night.
So I also lowered the sweeter, the Benedictine in it. So these have more booze and slightly less of the sugary stuff.
Perfect.
Well, what are your thoughts here?
I like it.
You probably would have loved that one we had last night, or two nights ago.
Yeah.
I like it. It's sweet, but you can still taste
Yeah.
Sazerac in that, and that's always a key for me. Is if I like to taste the booze, and I know that sounds awful, but
Yeah.
I don't want it covered up by too much stuff. It's good.
Did you have one on New Year's Eve, or you came after?
I don't think you even tried ours.
I had that smoky thing. That's not like this.
No. Okay, let's tell the people. So the smoky thing was an old fashioned with one shot of Maker's Mark. That's how I originally made it, with one shot of mezcal, and then a little demerara sugar and some bitters. Who knows? Maybe I forgot the sugar, the demerara in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's been a long time since you made a non-drinkable.
Yeah,
and that was a non-drinkable.
A non-drinkable.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. When I made it the other night, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I probably like just a slightly less mezcal. So I did an ounce and a quarter of bourbon, and then 3/4 of the mezcal. So it was even less than the one I had.
Yeah.
But when I tasted it after you guys, I was like,
whew. Yeah. There was something about that was just like, it
smells like chew spit mixed with black pepper.
Yeah. It was bad.
It's horrible.
I mean, I choked down a lot of bad Manhattans when this friendship started. I can't do that again, Ryan. I can't go down that journey with you again.
I do like this. It's kind of I'm getting more of the flavors as it's been in my mouth here.
We also had a party before the New Year's Eve party, so maybe our taste buds were a little off from all that too.
Don't step on Supper Club here, Roy.
Okay,
easy, pal.
I'm sorry.
You
don't give me a script. I don't know what you're going. I don't know where we're going.
Is it not on a shared Google Drive that both of you have access to?
Yeah, that's true. But you told us about this last night at like 7 o'clock or something.
Confirmed at like 9.
That only left you 18 hours to click 3 buttons.
Yeah, I never think about it though. I was busy. I was using that Dofu app thing.
Oh yeah,
to watch the Niner game, so I couldn't even use my phone for like 5 hours yesterday.
The Niners really came through for me.
Oh my!
How did they do?
I felt perfectly fine. I was like, I survived New Year's Eve. I'm not hungover. I feel great. And then I start watching that game, and I'm just like, oh god, I got all these stress bumps on my back all of a sudden. I feel like I've been like lifting weights for 10 hours straight. I'm like, oh my god, this is so bad.
Oh wow,
it was so stressful.
That was a tough.
We already clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was back and forth, and it should have been a shoe-in because that quarterback was like his first start.
Right.
He's been around for a few years, but it was hard to watch.
So,
and then that shanked field goal before overtime.
Oh, that was like...
it was like a normal chip shot. It
30, 40 yards, something like that. Yeah.
And just shanked it. I was like, God, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man.
Do they still have Robbie Solid Gold?
Yep,
chicken?
17 years.
Oh, nice.
I think it might be time to find a new guy in the draft, though. Or a free agent, possibly.
Yeah. Pick up a soccer player.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, take me back. Who won the game?
The Niners by
3.
Field goal in overtime.
Okay.
So, yeah, and why I cared is my mom picked the Niners. So we were tied going into week 17 in the Pick'em League.
Yeah.
That was the only game, that and the Dolphins game, we differed on, and I won both of them. So I went up by 2, and she dropped a third.
Yeah.
So Wayne is in one behind me.
My only goal in Pick'em League is to beat your wife. And I think I'm still holding it by like 1 spot.
Yeah. You're in a tight battle.
I know. Because I'm not doing good on any league this year.
Back to Happy Hour here. I was curious. I was inspired by Roy's general question during Happy Hour a couple episodes ago. I was wondering if you guys ever been officially cut off in a bar, black X's on your hands style.
Nope, I don't believe that I have. I don't know, maybe.
So you just keep your military ID on you at all times then?
As a backup.
No, I don't know. If I did, I don't remember. So I think that's how it normally works, though, right?
Yeah, right.
But as much as my knowledge knows, no. But I mean, at some house parties, I should have been, but I just kept drinking.
Right. If you're at a house party, it's technically being called overserved.
Yeah.
That's. How about you, Lyle?
I think a couple times. The one I remember the most, I was at the Satellite.
Ooh,
And-
good spot.
nice.
Yeah, that was a big drinking. Still is.
Is
I'm
it still a
sure.
cool spot?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been there for a couple of years, but the last
Yeah.
time I went, it was. I mean, if you go there on like a busy week and like some sort of events going on, good luck.
Mm.
But if you can get there on like a normal middle of the month, nothing's going on.
Yeah.
Because their bar food is really good too.
Right. Right.
And I've heard they got a really good brunch.
Yeah, I've been there for breakfast or brunch or whatever it was the last time I was there. It was tasty.
I've only-
Breakfast with a Bloody Mary there is hard to beat.
I've only been there like that's the only thing that's left open downtown that has food. And so like you have to go in there with like the 100 other people that are trying to get something to sober up.
Right. I wonder if their ownership has stayed the same for, they're still the same as when I was in my 20s going there.
I don't know. Do you guys
Interesting.
remember, if we're speaking about like downtown food places, do you remember the hot dog van?
No, I remember.
It might have been a little bit after no, this guy had a van.
Oh, wow.
I remember the taco truck next to the Satellite. That
Oh,
there
this
for
one-
years.
Was on like Howard. And he'd always be outside of, I think it was called the Blue Wave at the time, but I think it's been like 5 other bars since then. But it was perfect. Walk out the door, he'd have the van door open, he'd have his little cart out in front of it.
Nice.
And he'd just be like, oh, what do you want? German sausage, like hot dog,
Yeah.
foot long.
Just slinging dogs.
Just
Yeah.
a fresh wiener to chow down on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Especially when you're drunk.
Yeah. Especially.
Make sure you're making love to that mic, Lyle. I'm seeing a lot
Yeah, you're doing a lot of leaning back.
A lot of leaning.
Satellite, I got kicked out. The guy
Yeah.
I walked in, and he goes,
Nope.
"No," and I go, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
And he goes, "No." And a big guy. And what the funny thing is I met him like 5 years later. He was friends of Jason's or somebody. And
Yeah.
he goes, I remember you. No way you were getting in there.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You gotta really stand out for that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because think about how much does it really happen, you know?
Right.
Because normally your friends are like, yeah, I think we should probably
Yeah.
get you home, buddy.
It's a unique spot where they will stop serving you alcohol to the point where they'll put marks on your hands, but you're still allowed to stay there.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly for like events, a concert or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, that also, I think, depends on how you're acting at that state, too.
Yeah, they'll let you stay, but
But one time,
You're getting too
my
excited.
wife got in a bar fight at Fast Eddie's, and we were regulars there, and so
Yeah.
they kicked the other guy out
It should-
and
it
let us
should
stay.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
Like, was she throwing haymakers? I'm trying to picture this.
No, you know, at Fast Eddie's, they got like the big window ledge.
Yeah.
And we were sitting on that wall that faces the convention center.
mm-hmm.
And it was this person, her old friend's boyfriend at the time. And he was just saying something, and she's like, I don't fucking know, guy.
Yeah.
Like, quit fucking talking to me, because his girlfriend went to, like, the Kokanee Yeti, like, party bus. That used to be a thing. And then I come back from the bathroom, and all of a sudden she's just like, boom, just slamming his head into the window ledge.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
shut
His
the
head?
fuck up. Yeah.
Wow.
And then he's like, help me, Roy. I'm like, oh, no, man, I don't know what the fuck he did. I was gone.
That's why I always sleep on 2 pillows to build up those muscles.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they ended up kicking him out. Then he had his friends try to meet us outside.
Oh,
And
really?
I was just like,
Trying to
come on,
cash you
guy.
outside?
Yeah. And he was like, I was still pretty like redneckish with the way I dressed back then. You know, like I had
Yeah.
like torn up Carhartt jeans and like pretty worn out flannels.
Yeah.
And this guy shows up with like a brand new flannel and like pristine cars. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you're not some fucking badass. Like, get the hell out of here.
Right.
And then he tried to swing at me, and I was like, no,
Nice.
I don't think so.
Were you in the military at the time?
Yeah.
Could you get in trouble for that?
If I got in a bar fight, only if I got arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we have it well established. He carries his military
Yeah.
ID on him at all times. So.
As a bad.
I have
To
been
get
pulled
out.
over a couple times. Not
Yeah.
drunk, but just other issues.
Yeah.
Mental issues.
Man, I have a good Fast Eddie's story. Well, it's like, I thought it was good. It was St. Patrick's Day, so it's like packed in there. It's a long time ago. We were at the big round table, and some jerk was going around doing the bottle clinky thingy to
yeah.
make your bottle overflow. And I saw him do it to this girl that was on the exact opposite side of the table as me. and he clinked it, and I like lunged over the table and put my finger in it and stopped it, and I couldn't take it out right away, or else it would have sprayed even worse. And she just got so pissed at me that I stuck my finger in her beer. I don't think she saw the clink. I was like, wait, I can't take it out.
Yeah.
She was like, so it was.
I just saw a video on Facebook of someone doing that. Mm-hmm. Like a girl did it to like her boyfriend or something, and he put his thumb over it.
Oh, and
sprayed her instead.
Seen that. That's a good move.
That is a good move. But you saved that girl's beer.
I know. That's what I couldn't understand.
You easily lose half your beer when someone does that to you.
Oh yeah, and plus you're like just gonna be drenched.
Yeah, or your table's gonna be, and you're gonna look like you peed yourself.
Exactly.
Smell like beer the whole night.
Well, that's fine. My trick, I mean, drink responsibly.
Oh yeah.
But my trick was I'd stop at Carl's Jr. and get the biggest hamburger, and late at night there are always fresh fries.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to where you're going, like it just smells like a fast food restaurant inside your vehicle.
Nice, good trick.
Yeah, worked every time.
Have you been 86?
Oh yeah,
or-
I have one time that I remember I got like the actual X's on my hands. I've been kicked out of the gorge before, but that was kind of a confusing situation. Let me stick here with the X's.
Let's not go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, so it was at the dancing bar, Trick Shot, or
Trick Shot Dixie's.
Yeah, which I hated going there.
Now it's the comedy club now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is that where?
Yeah.
That's funny.
They had the mechanical bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere I'm at a spot like that, I would probably drink too much just because I just hated being there and I didn't talk to anybody, so I just sat there and drink. Anyway, so I'm trying to order another one, and like a friend of mine that wasn't with us pops up right next to me, goes, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh man, you are just blasted, aren't you?" Right? And I'm like literally trying to order and pay, and the bartender goes, "Hmm?" and just didn't even ask questions, just marked me.
That's funny.
And I was like, "But you didn't know that."
Yeah.
You just listen to this guy. So that's my
funny.
only like official time. The gorge, I got kicked out because there was like lines at the porta potties, like really long ones. Had to really go, and there was this gate that was kind of open, and I was like, I'll go over here. So I kind of go through the gate, wander a little bit, secluded spot, pee in, and then like some staff find me, escort me out because apparently I was backstage.
So it wasn't that you were going to pee.
You had snuck to the VIP area without a VIP pass.
Basically. And I ended up successfully sneaking back into the gorge.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You keep those secrets. Keep those secrets in case it happens again.
Yeah, luckily, no one. I was a solo, so it was pretty easy.
Oh.
And the way I went, there was just like a herd of people. Like you would stop and kind of hide for a second, and you would just. It was like an army operation. You just see these people advancing through. So that's the only time for me.
Nice.
Well, only 2 times.
I don't miss going to the bars
No, me either.
at all.
No.
Oh.
Other than playing pool, I really loved like drinking a beer and having a shot and just playing pool and
Or shuffleboard.
games at bars
Yeah.
was fun. Well, you guys ready to move it on here?
Yeah, let's move on.
So I can fart?
Oh yeah, fart away.
Yeah, go for it. If it's a good one, we'll save it.
Segment of the
Okay,
week.
so segment of the week, guys. This is what I got for you. We're gonna play a little type of a game. Which of these jingles would make you lose your mind faster if they were played nonstop on a deserted island? Now I'm not. This should all work. I did test it last night, but
So are we going to hear them all and then decide?
just one at a time, and we'll kind of talk about it and then go from there. You ready?
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Donate your.
Wow. That's a
need
new
it-
one for me.
you
No, I
need
don't
it
need it
again?
again. No, I don't need it again. That might be the winner right there.
Here, just feel free to talk over it as it
It was
plays.
so loud.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Do you
pretty
like it?
annoying. No, I'm not a fan. I've never even heard this one.
So
That's how bad
if
it
you've
is.
never seen it, like the kids are playing the instruments and everything. All right.
I liked it.
Okay.
Little polka. If you're out on the desert island,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
like good work.
It's got a polka vibe.
You could also flip this question around and just pick the one you would like to hear if you're.
Okay, so that's number one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty obnoxious.
Here we go.
Today.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Just remember, we're looking for the one that would make you go
Oh, I
crazy
know.
fast.
That one would be
The
close.
first one
But-
so far is my top pick.
You could also pick the one that you like, I guess.
I'll do both.
Because that would like worm around in my head.
Well, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
easier. You could block it out easier because it's just one little tiny thing. That other one, yeah.
The volume we heard it at affects that.
No, those kids' voices. That's the thing that hits me the most on the bus is kids, like out of control kids with their parents,
Yeah.
because it's the hardest to block out.
Do you ever just jam on the brake? Just scare 'em?
I can't confirm or deny for legal purposes.
All right, let's bring in the third one and see how you're liking this. Fish and chicken and shrimp and
This is a good one too.
I would hang myself listening to that. That's awful.
all right.
Yeah, that's,
Or I would just put twigs and blow out my eardrums.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm glad that elicited some response from you.
I can just picture the commercial on that one, so I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, the cat's talking,
Yeah.
and it has the subtitles of what the cat's saying.
yeah. In case you can't hear meow.
Yeah, in case you don't speak it.
Yeah,
Was that for cat litter?
meow mix.
Oh, meow.
How dare you? Well, yeah, Purina brand, though.
No,
Not a sponsor.
Not a
no,
sponsor
you're not
yet.
yet.
All right, so, Lyle, what would be your favorite?
It's just those three.
Yeah, it's just those
let's
three.
hear that first one again.
Sure, one more time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite by far.
777 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids.
See, you could get some work done.
1877
Got a
cars
beat
for
to it.
kids. Donate your
Who's building a shelter? You're
Yeah.
building a shelter.
Yeah, that's gotta
Okay.
be my least favorite out
And-
of the three, and it could just because I don't recognize it,
Yeah,
and I know the other two.
that's brutal. All right, I think so. That's your.
That's my
your
least
worst.
favorite. Yeah,
Lyle, you're not digging the.
meow.
meow, 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 meow,
It would be a faster pace.
Wasn't
You'd
it
get
a
stuff
cat?
done faster. Yeah,
What?
Wasn't it like a puppet cat?
No, it was a real looking cat, and just the mouth moved.
yeah.
I don't like cats, so maybe that is a bias.
That'd be my
Sure.
my least second favorite,
Okay.
or my second
like-
second least favorite.
You like this one?
Yeah,
Oh,
because you could imagine you're like in an old like ice cream shop or
yeah,
something,
takes you back to the 50s. I think. I
or
agree with you.
Plainsville. That's a good movie.
What's your ranking?
I would have to. I would kill the kids. I couldn't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's too much.
I, like you finally get some peace and quiet on a deserted island, and you're back to.
Yeah,
1877 cars for kids.
and this the auto tune sound on the first kid.
Yeah,
It just kills me.
and I would pick. I think I'd pick Meow Mix.
Yeah.
Like, you'd feel like you had a cat around, and
Your own
someone
little
to-
Wilson.
Yeah. How you doing?
Wilson.
I never heard that part of the song before.
Yeah, I didn't catch that 10th meow.
Well, and picture being on a desert island. You'd eventually like come up with your own words to it.
Do you mean a deserted
A
island?
desert, what did I say?
Or it could be a desert.
A desert. A
Could be
deserted
a
island.
desert on an island.
You can
true.
have a desert island.
Sure, but that doesn't imply that it's not populated. You know, so it would be a little, maybe even worse listening to Meow Mix.
Maybe it's a
Crowd.
desert island full of cats.
Yeah,
Finks cats.
right.
Or those little skinless ones. What are those?
You could-
Or hairless ones?
Yeah, hairless cats.
Not
are
skinless.
My buddy has one of those. I've sent you guys pictures of it.
Oh,
gross.
yeah.
Skinless cat.
One of my
Hairless.
Hairless.
One of my friends growing up has one, I think.
Yeah, that's all butthole on those
Yeah,
things.
I don't know. I can see the appeal because it's like
All butthole.
unique,
Right.
but I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I already don't, I'm not a fan of cats already, but if you couldn't even like pet a cat when it would find you finally from
Oh
hiding,
yeah.
that would be like, well, what the hell's the point?
And they do that weird little rubby thing on you.
Ugh.
I think all cats do that.
Yeah.
It'd be funny to coat it in oil and see what it picked up through a day, and all the dust and rocks and stuff.
Or put it over a spit.
You would have to defer it.
Great.
Yeah.
Now we just lost PETA.
I think the oil comment probably got it.
Oh, I forgot to do this after each of you picked your answer.
Oh, the laugh.
Seinfeld laughs.
I actually thought that was applause, so I might have screwed that one up.
Yeah, that sounds like laughter to me. You don't agree with their choices, Ryan?
I do. I just wanted to show you that I had all 4 buttons
Yeah.
in use.
Well, that was a fun game.
Good,
It
good,
was a
good.
fun time, if you would.
Took me a lot to get those on here. I think I do everything on this the hardest way possible. Because first I screen recorded it from my phone,
Yeah.
and then I had to send it to my own laptop send it to Amy's thing to export just the audio of it,
Yeah.
and then send it to my other computer, which has an SD card reader, and put it on the SD card for that.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad you're doing all the hard work.
It's weird.
there.
Yeah.
Is that an Apple byproduct of how they layer things? Sounds
No,
like
it's
it,
more
although-
of my one laptop is like 15 years old, so it doesn't have iMovie.
Oh,
And then
okay.
hers is newer, so it does. It's just a pain in the butt. If you guys are wanting to do another segment of Unknown Origin, I just got one question for you.
Okay, let's
right,
do it.
sure.
We're here. Might as well do it.
It's time to dive into the segment of the week. This isn't as weird as the one we normally get.
Okay. I'll be the judge of that.
You might even say it was forced.
Okay.
How will social media improve over the next 10 years?
I don't think it will. I think we're going to really end up in the movie Idiocracy, like, within the next 5 years. We're pretty close already with the generation that's in high school right now.
Brondo is a sponsor this week.
Who?
What?
Brondo.
Brondo.
Who's Brondo?
That's on that movie.
Oh.
That's what they drink.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
got electrolytes. Okay.
Is that
I
the
didn't get that
Gatorade
part, yeah.
juice stuff?
It's got electrolytes.
But yeah, I think we're heading down that path in a not hilarious way.
Okay, well, that's not a very optimistic
I'm
view
just
of it.
telling you how I see it, man.
Yeah. You
These
can think
kids
of
will-
one way it'll improve.
These kids will be on their phone and they'll just walk right into a crosswalk, not even caring what the light says.
That's kind of like saying the bullet kills people and not the gun. You know, they could be texting their mom.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the last text their mom gets.
Nice, Roy.
Yeah.
Okay, Lyle. Well, after that.
I think that
Good one, Roy.
Yeah.
that is definitely laugh track. Not
Yeah.
us. I think me in particular, I'm old enough to remember like when
Are you?
our last generation said, "Oh, you guys aren't going to amount to anything," and I think that's a very common theme between generations, and it's because things change and things are different. I think we're going to be just fine. We're just at a point in history where we have this technology boom, and we remember when it wasn't there, where our kids, you know, they've always had the internet, and
Yeah, that's all
touch
they've known.
screens, and streaming services.
Yeah.
So I think it's only going to get better.
I didn't even have a MySpace till I was already graduated from high school.
Do you have a specific way you think it'll improve?
Wow, speed. I have no
Well,
idea.
if you think of the
The drug
drawbacks,
speed?
if you think of
Loading
the
speed.
drawbacks of it now, I mean, off the top of my head, I'm just now thinking of it this way. You got your advertising, your kind of privacy violations, your kind of online pressure of seeing other people's highlight reel
Yeah.
and thinking it's their real life type of thing.
I think that the fact that they made a cell phone, a computer in your pocket, might have been the worst decision. And I'm guilty of it too. I'll sit on my phone and watch dumb videos for hours.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody knows now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I can just look at whatever I want whenever I want. Like, it's just there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go outside and hang out with your friends. You don't have to go drive somewhere to experience something.
Right.
Like, it's all
It's right there.
in the palm of your hand.
Sure, because those online games, you're still getting that endorphin kick.
Yeah.
Like you're accomplishing.
But then you also got all the stupid filters that people use, like, oh, look how beautiful I am. It's like, but that's not really what you look like.
Yeah, you look like a marshmallow with eyeliner.
Yeah. It's like if you take those filters off your
A
face.
soft, nice
Yeah.
marshmallow.
And then kids are thinking, oh, I got to look like that person.
Right.
But that person doesn't even look like that person.
Yeah. That's true.
I just think, I mean, I like it, but at the same time, I know how to, like, when I'm at work, I can't be on my phone. So I get that
right.
break from it. But
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think one positive that could come out of it is, you know, how do I say this? I'm always kind of thinking, like, with kids in particular, they're so much a product of their environment, what they're exposed to. You know, like, yeah, well, that's what I mean by that. But if you take the internet or social media or whatever, at least if somebody saw the other side in some way and could be helped out, a path to get somewhere different.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Or just being able to, all the division and stuff.
Yeah.
Over 10 years of seeing everybody act basically the same way on the internet might smooth out the edges on cultural differences, maybe, or something. I might be not quite coming to a conclusion there, but
no, I mean,
feel like there might be.
I'm sure there is positives, but
yeah,
I can because I see like how like oblivious to like their actual surroundings they are.
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah,
no common sense or anything.
That's adults our age, though, too.
I know,
I mean,
because
they
you can
fall-
just, if you need to know something, just type it in. It's there. You don't have to actually learn it or keep it like in your mind. Like I got dumb stuff in my mind. I can remember music lyrics from some song from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Well, remember having to like memorize phone numbers? I mean,
Yeah.
I know like 10 phone numbers.
I know
now.
my best friend growing up's phone number, like their home phone. I know my parents' home phone because I still have it. And that's it. I don't think I remember any other phone numbers. Like, everything's in my phone. Oh, I know my wife's because it's like all of our
Code.
like membership things or whatever. But
yeah.
if they told me to call like a certain person, I'd be like, I couldn't even call you if I didn't have your number in my phone.
I know most of my childhood friends' home phone numbers still. That's about it. And none of them live there anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe that'll wrap that up, huh?
I guess so. That was a good one.
Thoughtful.
A lot of good
stirring
conversation.
Question, yeah. Okay. Well, on the heels of that, let's go into our recap section.
Okay.
So that show uncapped.
We should recap it.
Okay,
You're right.
Now
we
we're
should.
gonna take this a little different. I want you to think of it literally recapping something.
Okay.
So, which of these bottles are you going to recap? A green bottle beer, a hard cider, or a sour? A sour beer,
Do we get to choose right now?
Yeah, which are you recap? Like, nope, no thank you.
Oh, recap it, not to drink it?
I recapped it, yeah.
I'll
Not
go
having that.
a green bottle beer.
Ooh.
Heineken.
Rolling Rock, nothing for you?
Well, I have a special connection to Rolling Rock, so I
Ooh,
can't
that's
say
green
that one.
bottle beer, Roy.
I know, but Heineken, I'd have to
You recap, it, huh?
I don't even the Rolling Rock. They just taste like kind of skunky.
Yeah, green bottle beers.
Yeah.
How about you, Lyle? You got anything?
I wish I could say something different, but yeah, a skunky
Really?
green beer.
Because I've never really had a bad cider.
No, they're drinkable.
I mean, they're all.
That's true. If you're in a cider mood, they're
Yeah.
good. A sour beer, though,
Yeah, I'm not a big sour guy.
I think I would cap that.
So what's a
Yeah.
sour beer? Like it's
That's what it says.
Spoiled?
Just a
No,
sour-
like a warhead. Like
it's
a
a
sour.
different type of brewing or fermenting process.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
like the
really sure.
kombucha or
Kombucha,
No, it's
um,
like
I don't know enough
Huck
about
Puck or
to
Pucker Up
speak on
Huck or something like that. It's from, I think it's Laughing Dog.
Oh,
That's a sour, like a huckleberry sour.
Yeah.
And I've never seen someone have a more sour face in my life than when my wife tried that at a beer fest.
yeah.
That was an undrinkable for her.
Undrinkable.
I'm
The undrinkables. I
yeah,
like it.
I'm
undrinkable.
coining that phrase right now. An undrinkable.
All right. Which of these condiments are you going to recap? Pickle relish, horseradish sauce, or cocktail sauce?
Horseradish. That's only because I use the other two way more
Sure.
in life in
You
general.
don't, you don't have to explain, Roy.
I'm just
It's all
telling you my
good.
reasonings.
Good deal.
I'm being literal.
How about you, Lyle? You got anything good here?
Do I have to pick one?
You got to recap one, yeah. Recap it.
Same again.
Pickle relish, horseradish sauce, or cocktail sauce?
I probably use cocktail sauce the least. So
Recap that.
yeah.
Boy, your shrimp are going to be...
Put
Do you use it
horseradish.
Well, I
mostly
guess-
on shrimp?
I guess I don't use cocktail sauce that much anymore.
Oh, yeah, wow.
But I do use it when I go to a place with fish and chips. I try to get cocktail sauce though.
Nice.
I like the little
I've-
spice, which is by the horseradish sauce.
Horseradish, yeah.
I've only ever used it with shrimp.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good with fish and chips.
It
I
would be
usually
good
go
dipping
tartar
chips in
sauce
it.
with...
I'm not a tartar
Yeah.
guy.
That's hilarious you say that.
You're really getting the use out of that. You missed the button placement there.
I like how when we started, I told you we're not using any of the segment
Yeah.
sounds, and you guys didn't question it at
No.
all. You're just like, huh,
I'll just
interesting.
do it in editing.
Wonder why.
I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna edit it in.
Oh man. All right.
All right, people, grab your seat. It's time for supper.
It's supper club time.
Supper club.
All right.
Our most recent supper we all shared was a birthday party / New Year's Eve.
Yep, it was a fun time.
A soup extravaganza, if you will.
It was. And then a meat extravaganza almost
Yeah.
in the aftermath,
We
afternoon.
For not, like, controlling what everybody brought, everything really, like, had a good balance of
Yeah.
all kinds of different stuff. You know, no one brought duplicates or anything.
No, we had the three soups your wife made. 4 soups?
Yeah.
3 soups.
We had white chicken chili,
Yep, that's a good one.
hamburger soup,
Had that one.
potato soup.
Didn't do that one.
I had a ton of potato soup and broccoli cheddar soup.
I've had that one before. I've had all of them before, but
Right.
I stuck to the hamburger one and the white.
I think we've probably talked
chicken
about
chili.
all of
Oh,
them
yeah.
on the show.
Your
and
wife's a very great soup cook.
a soupier.
Yes, it's a good one. Soupier.
I
Nice.
like to tease her about what mix she used.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what mix is this? And she just looks at me and goes,
Yeah.
That's my cake joke. I always go, so where'd you buy this?
Yeah. Where did she buy it?
Well, the cake we got from somebody on 5 Mile. I don't know the name of their business or
It was
if
good.
there's a business, but yeah, I've had so my daughter turned 1 and we had a birthday cake, a hoagie roll sandwich display, and all these soups. And since then, I've had it. So I had that for lunch, had that for dinner of New Year's Eve,
Nice.
and then I had it for lunch yesterday, and then I had it for brunch today.
Nice.
but you had enough different meats to make a.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good one, the make your own hoagie.
Have you guys ever brought a complete fail of a dish to like a New Year's Eve party or a gathering like that where you just kind of brought whatever you want?
No, because before I met Andrew, I would just go to like a deli and get whatever pasta salad they had in the thing.
No, that's a go-to. I guess that's kind of a stupid question because you usually bring something that you will for sure like and
Yeah.
eat, so that way you have something to eat.
My
Yeah.
clam dip has failed quite miserably
Oh,
at these gatherings. The old
it
clam
has.
dip.
That's true. That has not been well received.
It's been like
you
me
keep-
eat it and you guys do like just a.
One. We
Well,
give you
yeah,
one.
like,
I can't do it.
I
okay,
went.
I would
can't
die.
do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I would die if I had it.
Well, and then my wife brings a baked shrimp dip,
Yeah.
which kind of failed yesterday. to be
No,
honest.
I think a lot of people were eating out of it.
About a sixth of it was gone.
That was a lot, though. That was a whole casserole.
It was a
dish.
lot. There was just a lot to eat. I had
Yeah.
everything, but there were so many leftovers.
Yeah. I was munching on the meat, like the charcuterie board meat
Yeah.
tray, and then the little smokies,
The
the,
charcuterie
meatballs.
board?
Yep, charcuterie board.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
deal.
there was a lot of food there, and it was all tasty.
I think I'm up about 3 pounds officially from.
Oh,
it.
yeah, easily.
yeah.
Yeah.
Marcia's dip. I gotta get that recipe.
Oh yeah.
Which one? The taco dip?
No, that was good as well.
The one that was in the vegetable tray?
Yes, with the little bacon chunk.
It was ranch based, I know that much.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's like ranch, cheddar cheese, bacon, chives, all
chives,
kinds of
yeah.
The
stuff.
taco one was good, though. The taco dip
Yeah.
seasoning or whatever it was she called it.
I didn't go too dip heavy because
No.
I don't know why. No, I think
You had to keep the vocal cords good.
keep my cords loose.
Yeah. Didn't want them all clogged up with the dip.
Well, you guys have anything to add?
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm
Well, you know what
so-
I wanted to say was
I am so glad Christmas is over.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna have,
here we go. All right, well that's it. For all we
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I got the lights down today. Andrew's
Nice.
packing up the house.
Oh, Roy, you got to give your big news.
Yeah, I
You're gonna have
officially
another child.
no, God no.
Oh, okay.
I hope not, because I've been snipped.
That's right.
But I made it. I called in and I made it on the Bellied Up podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
No, that's not a laughing matter.
Yeah. Serious. Okay.
Talked to good old Charlie and Miles.
That's awesome.
It was fun. It was a good time.
You didn't tell Charlie I mysteriously messaged him and tried to have
No,
burgers with him at Wisconsin Burger before he came
No.
to the show.
but I told you if you'd call in to tell him that.
yeah, I was gonna.
That was like a year before COVID, though, because it was March.
Man,
so
was it
had to
really
been-
like
yeah.
2019?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It was cool.
Yeah, that's,
Cause I called like 5 times and it just went
Yeah.
straight to like a voicemail thing. And then I was like, oh, I'll try one last time. And I called and it rang up like, oh, God.
yeah.
And then they answered. I'm like, oh, my God, like I have so much to ask. But I just completely like
Oh, that's
So
cool.
your
Faced
nerves
it.
kicked in a little bit.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've ever been starstruck?
No, it happened to me once when 500 Death Punch came with a bunch of bands, rock hard at the arena. And I was like, I brought like a CD and stuff, and I was walking from work up, and I purposely went by like the tour bus entrance to the arena.
Yeah.
And the guitarist for 500 Death Punch came riding down on a bicycle, and I was like, ha 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 ha. And he was like, good day, sir. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I had something I was going to say.
And you're just like,
Yeah. I was like,
Whoa.
oh, that actually happened.
yeah. How about you, Lyle? Have you ever been starstruck? A lot of celebrities come through the Doldrums of Montana.
Little drums.
in your youth?
I played basketball. I may have told this story on this with Lou Gossett Jr. He was like on Iron Eagle.
Yes, you.
The shrimp?
I mentioned that, and
Yeah.
then I have not been starstruck. I've met who's the guy, the cook who killed himself?
Anthony
Anthony
Bourdain.
Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain. Saw him going to a Mariners game.
Oh,
R.I.P.
that's cool.
Just said, "Hey, enjoy your work."
Yeah.
Shook his hand.
Right.
Kept
I saw
chugging.
Dan Cummings peed next to him at the Smashing Pumpkins concert.
That, I would have been out of my mind.
I wish I tried to like message or email him because when I was sitting there, I was holding your beer, my beer, and I had 4 beers. My
He
hands
looked.
were completely full.
I thought it was him, but I was like, no, like he must just look real similar.
Yeah.
Because I stopped and talked to somebody, and then like he passed me, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar.
Wait,
And
what
that-
do you mean he looks familiar? Like his
No,
downstairs?
like his actual
Hey,
face.
Stu.
You've seen him before?
But I think when we saw him in concert, he was wearing a long sleeve. I think normally when he performs, he's wearing like a long sleeve, but he's like tatted up.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a full
Yeah.
2 sleeves.
And so I was like, I didn't pee right next to him. I
Yeah.
was like a stall over, etiquette,
Dignity.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I kept side eyeing like his face, like I don't know. But then when we went to go wash our hands, like I think he looked at me like, yeah,
Like he's been feeling the side. eye the
no,
whole
like
time.
yeah, he was kind of like I am that.
I'm me. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And then I got back and like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Dan Cummings like walked right up behind you, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
It was so funny because I had all these beers in my hand.
Yeah.
And I see him, I go, Dan Cummins! And I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. There's nowhere to set the beers. I had
Yeah.
too many beers to even grab one and start the set down process to get up.
Yeah,
So he kind of smiled. He kind of saw my situation, and he's like, all right.
yeah,
Well, and he's talked that he likes you to say hi rather than just stare at him.
Yeah.
I know,
yeah.
but I didn't want to do it, and then it wasn't him because I was like, I don't know, because I didn't really get a good look at him. But then when I was in the mirror, I kind of like looked into his eyes, and then he kind of did like the
Because it's safe to say he's a minor celebrity.
Yeah, I
yeah.
would
But I
think
also
so.
I
Yeah.
would hate if that happened to me. Like every time you try to go somewhere like to enjoy yourself, people are
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Right.
Yeah, but he said again. He
I
says,
know,
like,
but
say
I don't-
hi to me. Don't stare
yeah.
at me because it's weird.
yeah,
His whole thing, would think, is pretty normal for people just to say, hey.
Yeah.
And, it's,
but not when you're
he's that type
holding
of
your dick
celebrity.
in your hand, taking a piss though next to him.
Yeah.
I would,
Hey, you're left-handed too, huh?
I would have looked over and go, "Hail Nimrod,"
Mm-hmm.
and just kept peeing.
Yeah,
Right. Nice. All right. Well.
Have you been starstruck?
Oh, me. I mean, not where I didn't have the words to say anything or anything like that. I was cleaning Matt Hasselbeck's windows
yeah.
once,
I've heard this one before.
and we were kind of had a bunch of trucks there cleaning and stuff. We were all in his driveway, and he pulled up, and he's used to it or whatever, and we're all looking at him. And he goes, "Yeah, well, you need anything else from me?" That's no one said hi or anything. That's just all he said, and we're like, "Nope." And then after that, I made up a long story of how he threw me a pass. So whatever category you want to file that
Yeah.
way in.
The weirdest one was I met Carl Malone in
Oh, wow.
Afghanistan.
Oh, the mailman.
And I never felt so small in my life.
Yeah.
When he shook my hand, it was like I was a little baby. Like if my 5-year-old son was shaking my hand,
Right.
I felt like I was his hand.
Yeah,
and I was
totally.
like, this is so weird from a grown man shaking another grown man's hand, and I feel so tiny.
We used to go to the Sonics used to play the jazz as an expedition in
yeah.
Spokane at the arena like every year or whatever, and he played for a few minutes one time, and I remember just from our seats going like, shit. I mean, his shoulders were he's
Yeah.
huge. It's like, yeah, okay, I don't know if I'll be a pro basketball player. I was
Yeah.
probably like, I don't know how old I was, but I was old enough to go, Yeah, the people that play this sport are just
Giants.
freaks of nature, you
Yeah.
know, like the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
100 pounds heavier and can jump higher, run faster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And his prime.
Yeah, and just pure muscle and yeah, that was cool to see him though. I like seeing pro athletes is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Kyle, no. You're just. I know you're in the middle this time. You feel like you have some type of power being by the pod track. All right. Well, should we wrap it up? Anybody got anything? Well, hey, our update person mentioned to me before the show that they found the Moscow murderer guy.
Oh, yeah.
Or, supposedly. It seems like more onions or layers of the onion to be
Yeah.
peeled there, but at least the families will have some type of closure
Closure,
in that department.
Yep.
So,
Crazy way it's unfolding.
thanks for handling that update, guy. We really
You're
look
welcome.
for
Yeah.
that from you. All right, everyone. Well, have a good week.
All right, that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to join our club on Facebook at Supper Club Social. Underneath this week's episode, go and write a review of the drink if you've had it or if you decide to make it. And we will pick one or two of the comments and read them out on our next episode.
You can find us at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our website at www.supperclubsocial.net. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Have a good one.
Take it easy. Nice.
I didn't know I had to do my
You gotta
part
do your
again.
part again.